Now the next demonstration is the zoom maneuver.
Okay.
All right, and this is where we introduce the pilot to the fact that there is life below the 1G stall speed.
All right.
And again, this is a foreign concept to most pilots. All right, they've never been below their 1G stall speed before. All right, how you feeling, by the way? Doing okay? Good. You okay? All right. So
This is my right hand, so
okay. As I remind them, what did we learn in aerodynamics in class for the first 2 hours of the morning? We learned that when we unload an airplane, what does that do to stall speed?
Goes to zero.
It goes down. Well, that's if we go to 0 G, right? But if we unload to half of a G, it certainly goes down as well substantially. So I'm going to show that to them. Now, I'm going to remind them now that right now they feel 1G on their butt. This is 1G flight. Well, now what I'm going to do is push them to half of a G. I'm going to push and hold this at half of a G, all right? Okay. So here we go. Now that's half of a G, exactly. Okay. Now, like I said, most pilots, if I had not told them that that was half of a G, they would have said that was 0 or negative G. They wouldn't have done it. Does that make sense? Yep. All right. So that's a major learning point here. Now, I'm going to bring the nose up in a decreasing airspeed.
That's 125 knots, okay.
That's right. Now just look at the airspeed. And we're obviously about ready to stall. Now watch, I'm going to push. We'll lighten our seat.
Push
I'm going to roll
60
left.
knots, okay.
Now I'm going to roll right. Sir, airplane's perfectly controllable. Now we're back above 65 knots, our 1G stall speed. I can put load back on the airplane and bring the nose back up. The airplane behaved just like you expected, didn't it?
Yep.
But I'm just telling you that 80% of the pilots out there have never seen that before. Okay. They've never been below their 1G stall speed and seen that the ailerons are perfectly normal and the airplane is controllable and stable. You want to do one? Sure. Okay. So you have control. Okay. Let's go and bring the nose up now, and we'll just bring it up to about a 70-degree climb here. So bring it up a little more, a little more, a little more. Now just hold it right here. Now wait. All right, now unload. There you go. So roll it back and forth. Use your ailerons, perfectly controllable, very stable, no buffeting. Okay. And now you can bring load back on the airplane. Nicely done. Very nicely done. I have control. You have the aircraft. All right. Once again, this is common sense to you and I, okay? But this is amazing stuff to most pilots, all right? Because they've never seen this before, all right? Now from there, we go on now to doing some all-attitude maneuvering, all right? Okay. And we're pushing. We're going to do some skill development. Okay. And we use an aileron roll, practice unloading and rolling. Okay. And understand now, unloading and rolling an airplane is not a normal pilot skill. Think about when was the last time in an airliner you unloaded and rolled?
Yeah, the simulator, but yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, you almost always roll and pull, don't you?
It's true.
Yeah. And so that is a skill that's virtually non-existent in most pilots, all right? So let me just show you kind of how we teach it. We're not teaching competition aerobatics here by any means. That is not the goal here, all right? I don't even say the word aerobatics. This is all attitude maneuvering here, all right? So we're going to bring the nose up a little bit. Now we're going to practice unloading to lighten the seat and now rolling while maintaining this lightness in the seat all the way around. When the wings are level, now we put load back on the airplane, okay? You want to try one? Sure. Okay, you have control. I do, okay. Go ahead and bring your nose up a little bit. Up, 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 up. Now just push, and now roll. Beautiful. Don't push any harder. There you go. Nicely done. Nicely done. Good. I have control. Yeah, okay. Now, I would not have wanted a guy to push any harder than that. Okay. You were very close to 0 G on that. Very close on that push. Not a big deal. Easy to do in this airplane, but I'm just showing you how I would try to teach a guy to feel what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay. All right. Another thing we do is the loop. Now, the loop teaches several things to pilots. First of all, think about this a second. When you start a loop, as you approach 30 degrees nose up, do you think you can see the horizon straight ahead?
No, I don't think so.
What is the difference between a 30-degree nose-up attitude and a 70-degree nose-up attitude? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's all blue sky out the front windscreen. Right. So where could we look to retain situational awareness?
Look out the wings.
Off the side. Now, this is not a normal pilot reaction. most airline pilots are used to looking off to the side for traffic, but not for their attitude reference. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we're teaching where to look in extreme unusual attitudes here to help gain situational awareness. We're also teaching what it feels like to pull to the G limit of their airplane. Okay? So let's say that we're a C-12 driver, and I'm a King Air driver, and I'm a 3G airplane, all right? So I'm now going to pull us right to 3Gs, all right? Here we go. There's 3Gs. Now look off to the side, and we can now keep track of where we are in the loop. We're just going to maintain back pressure here, keep the nose moving. We're now about 1G on our butt right now, but here comes the airspeed, and now we're going to pull ourselves to 3Gs. Worst case dive recovery here. Here we go. There's 3Gs, 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 and we're recovered. Okay? That make sense? Yep. All right, you want to try one? Sure. Okay, you have control. I have the aircraft. And let's go right to 3Gs. Go. There's 3 right there. Look out, that 3.5. Up and over the top. Yeehaw! Just keep the nose moving, looking good. Now let their speed build a second. All right, now smoothly pull to 3Gs again. There's 3 right there. 3, no more, no harder than that. 3, and you did it. Nicely done. I have control. I have control. All right. That's kind of fun, isn't it? Yeah, I've done a loop in a long time. Yeah, and again, most pilots have a lot of pilots have never had that kind of training before. Okay? They've never been experienced to those extreme pitch attitudes before in an airplane, especially if, if they're not military trained, obviously. All right, I want to move on now to some stalls and show you some of the, the next thing I want to show you real quickly, and how you feeling, by the way? Doing okay? Feel great. Feel good? Okay, good. Is the roll damping demonstration, all right? Now, as you know, right now, we are not stalled, all right? But because we're not stalled, a fixed-wing airplane is positively roll dampened. We know that if I were to generate a roll with ailerons to the left, all right, if I were to hit the stick to the left, and then I let go of the stick, in other words, the ailerons neutralize themselves, what will the airplane do? It quits rolling, doesn't it? All right, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit it to the left and let go. Here we go. Sure enough, it quit rolling, didn't it? Now you do that. Just go ahead and hit it to the left and let it go. Go ahead. Sure enough, it quit rolling, didn't it? Yeah. All right. Now, the same thing could be shown. I have control, by the way. The same thing could be shown if I were to generate roll with yaw. Okay? A yaw-induced roll, such as a slip or a skid, a turn stall, or an engine-out stall with asymmetric thrust, like a multi-engine driver. You know what I'm saying? Right. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to push on the right rudder, okay, and generate yaw to the right. The very effect of yaw is roll. It will begin to roll to the right, okay? Now, I'm not even going to touch the stick on this, all right? Now, you'll notice that as soon as I take away, as soon as I cancel yaw, as soon as I neutralize the rudder, the airplane will immediately quit rolling, all right? Yep. Here we go. So I'm going to push on the right rudder. Here we go. All right, so there's the roll. You see the roll? Yep. All right, I'm going to neutralize the rudder. Sure enough, it quit rolling, didn't it? Yep. All right, now, that was an example of positive roll damping. Now, what I'm going to do now is show you negative roll damping, and that is what we get when we're beyond critical angle of attack. What I'm going to do is pull us beyond critical angle of attack. I'm going to hold us in a stall, and I'm going to generate roll to the right with the rudder, all right? Just like I did on that last one. I'm going to push on the right rudder and generate roll to the right with rudder while we're in the stall. Then what I'm going to do is neutralize the rudder, just like I did on that last one. But what we're going to be left with is we're still in the stall, we have neutral rudder and neutral ailerons, and you'll notice that the airplane continues to roll, and it does not stop rolling until I kill the stall. All right? So follow along with me lightly on the controls as I show this to you. All right? Again, I'm going to stall it. I'm going to roll it to the right with rudder. All right. Then I'm going to neutralize the rudder. The airplane keeps rolling until I kill the stall. All right, so here we go. All right, so there's the stall. There's the roll. I'm going to neutralize the rudder. See it still rolling? Yep. Now I'm going to kill the stall. Boom. Instantly. As soon as I killed the stall, we went from negative roll damping to positive, and the airplane quit rolling, didn't it? Okay.